Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jo Michaels, the baking author, and today we're going to be making Jolene Huber's chicken bacon Swiss burgers. Now, the instructions say to grind our chicken through the grinder one time and then grind the bacon after the chicken. If the Swiss is a big chunk, grind it and mix well. So I'm guessing that means my 3 pounds of chicken thighs, my 1.5 pounds of bacon, and my giant block of Swiss cheese. It says a pound, so I have 1 pound. The bacon is still frozen, and so is, and I froze the cheese because the grinder doesn't really like soft things. Now, if you have a KitchenAid and you have the grinder attachments, let me move her out here just a little bit. The things that you're going to get are a large grinder plate, has big holes in it. A small grinder plate, this cutting blade which goes behind them, a food pusher, and your thing that goes on the front. So for this we use the smaller one, has more holes in it, they're tinier holes. And the way you assemble this is you take your cutting blade and you pop it onto the spinny thing that's in there. I don't know what it's called exactly, but the spinny thing is what we're going to go with. Then you put the grinder plate on. Then just hand tighten this because you don't have to get all crazy with it. Now the reason that I have the bacon frozen and the chicken not frozen is because the bacon has fat in it. It's going to add some much needed fat and salt to this recipe because here are the ingredients. 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, 1.5 pounds of thick butcher bacon, and 1 pound of high temp Swiss cheese. Now I don't know if that's high temp Swiss cheese, but it's Swiss cheese, so we're going to go with it. Alright, I'm going to plug this in. Hang on just a second. Personal opinion, don't ever attach anything to your KitchenAid while it's plugged in because you may accidentally hit something and then you're in trouble. So what we're going to do is start with our chicken. I just have these boneless, skinless thighs. They look like this when you unfold them. I am probably going to cut these in about 3 pieces so they will fit down into my KitchenAid. Then I'm going to hack up my cheese and bacon, and I will be right with you guys, or right back with you guys. Okay, I'm going to pop my KitchenAid on, plop a piece of meat in there. Always use your food pusher, don't ever use your fingers. And then just rotate with the bacon. That bacon is nice and cold, so that fat's really not melting in there at all. That's what we want. Make sure you keep it nice and cold. Once pork gets warm and starts to do strange things, like split and break, so I like to do everything that I do, I like to keep it very cold. If I'm using pork, it's all got to be very cold. This will actually be refrigerated for a little while because I want to keep that coldness so nothing melts together. I think my last piece of chicken is home. Let me see. It wasn't the chicken, it was the bacon. Let's try that again. Now it's moving a little better. Turn that back up. I don't want to burn my motor out. I don't know about the cheese, but we're going to try it. Feels like it would be better if you just grated it elsewhere rather than trying to grind it. Because cheese plus a food grinder, I don't know. It's just kind of lopping around on that thing, so I don't know. I'm going to let it defrost a little bit before I try that. I usually like to add seasonings and then put it back through the grinder, but it said to only put it through one time. So I'm going to listen to the chef. Not my recipe, not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm just going to eat it. I do have some sourdough bread buns ready to go to make hamburger buns tonight. Because Jolene told me that sourdough buns give it extra flavor. She doesn't serve these with anything except the bread. Last one. And now I'm going to just plop my last piece of chicken through there. I'm just going to let that run a minute. It's hot. Alright, turning that off. I don't want to kill it. Alright. Now it says mix well. I'm probably going to get this all over the counter because it is just so full. This is probably going to make like enough for an army. I'm not squeezing it, I'm just kind of churning it with my fingers. There's no like instructions on how big to make these or what temperature to cook them on or if it's okay to put them in the oven under a broiler, which is what I'm going to do. I'm guessing it's just cooked through. So I'm going to put this in the fridge, keep that bacon nice and cold, that bacon fat in there. Just keep it nice and cold. And then I will cook a piece and taste it here in just a minute to see if I need salt. Right now I'm going to go wash my hands because after I make myself a little patty here and lay it on top. I'm going to go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Okay, I have got my little patty here. I'm going to toss it into this pan. It's not quite preheated, but I don't care. I'm not after anything but flavor. So I'm going to pop some aluminum foil over the top of my bowl and stick it in the refrigerator to keep it cold until I'm ready to form my patties later, which I will probably do using my burger thing because make it easy, right? I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now I'm gonna let this cook and then I'm gonna taste it and we'll see if it needs any extra seasonings. I really like tarragon with chicken, but we'll see. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. This is now done according to my meat thermometer. It registered 165-degree internal temperature, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste. It definitely does not need salt. The bacon gives it a nice earthy flavor. It's missing something that I can't quite put my finger on. Maybe some pepper. Could definitely use some pepper. And I think when I make them, I'm going to try half of them with the tarragon and half of them without, just to see if that makes a difference. So I will see you guys then. Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a crazy couple hours, but here we are. So I have some of the chicken bacon Swiss burgers in here that I seasoned and in here that I didn't add any seasoning to. I will put this alternative in the comments or in the description of the video, so look down there if you want to know what's in there. Also, I made this. This is just an avocado and mayonnaise mix. I threw about a half of 4 green onions, just the white parts, cut them up really fine, put them in there, threw some pepper in there. No salt because these are really salty. So I think that's going to go really well on the buns that I have baking in the oven right now. They're looking so pretty. So let's get to forming. I'm going to do half and half. So I'm going to do 3 of these and 3 of these. And then I'm going to put them on this prepared baking sheet. I covered it in aluminum foil and I put a silicone mat on there because dishes. Y'all all know how much I hate them. I really do need to weigh these out. So I'm going to run around and grab my kitchen scale really quickly after I get the lid off, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I have my kitchen scale here and I've covered it in a piece of plastic wrap just so none of the chicken yuck gets on the scale. I have this burger press and it's set to about there. That should be a pretty good thick burger. I'm going to bake these in the oven at 350 because there's no baking directions on the thing that Jolene gave me, so I'm just kind of going to wing it. And I'm just going to weigh this, probably going to go with 6 ounces each. Ounces. Just kind of smash it into a ball, put it in the burger press, put the lid down, and give it a push. And when you open it up, what you get is the nicely formed patty. They're pretty perfect, aren't they? Look just like that. I'm just going to lay that on my baking sheet. Left a little bit behind. We'll just patch it on there. Who cares? Alright, going to do this 3 times with this and 3 times with that mix, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm pressing my last burger out. My timer on my watch is going crazy, but I can't touch it because I have chicken all over my hands. Make sure you're pressing that plunger nice and firmly to get that out of there. You can also line these with parchment paper if you want them to just come right out. And these are the ones I added the seasonings to. You can see they have the little green specks in them. Again, I'll add that down below in the description of the video. But I'm going to pop these back in the fridge, and I'll be back with you guys in just a few minutes. My buns are about ready to come out of the oven, so see you in a few. Okay, really quickly, I just wanted to show you guys these glorious burger buns that I just baked. These are sourdough burger buns, and I will link the recipe that I used down below in the description of the video if you would like to make these yourself, if you have a healthy sourdough starter. They look pretty light and fluffy, and we will see whenever we taste our burgers. Okay, right now I'm going to lower the temperature of my oven to 350 and pop these bad boys in. And I will cook them to an internal temperature of 165 degrees because chicken, okay? Okay, everybody, I'm back. This is my pan that just came out of the oven. As you can see, there's a greasy mess on there. If I did this again, I would probably put them on a rack inside this pan just to hold them up out of that grease. They do have some cheese on them, so don't put them on paper towels. They will stick. So this is what they look like. These over here are the ones I seasoned, and those over there are the ones that are just the way they're supposed to be. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my guacamole, one of my buns, and I'm going to cut these in half, like this one in half and that one in half. I'm going to put half of each, and then I'm going to cut that in half on the bun, and we will go to town. I will see you guys in just a minute. Let me get this together. We'll taste, okay? Okay, guys, here we go. I did not bring my knife over here, but that's okay. I have a different knife. I'll just use that. So this is what they look like on the inside. They're cooked through. I checked them with the thermometer. Make sure you're doing that because we don't want to kill anybody with raw chicken, okay? At least 165 degrees on the interior. Now for this guacamole right here, I'm just going to put it on the half where I'm going to put the side I seasoned. We'll put that there, and this over here, pop a top on it, and give it a cut through. And try to keep this as even as I can. Woo, that's messy. It's beautiful little sourdough buns, which again I will link in the description down below. I got a little on this side, just kind of eking it off there. I don't want it to taint the flavor. Alright, we're going to try just the plain with the sourdough bun, see what that tastes like. It's good. It could totally be eaten by itself with no anything on it. The bacon kind of kills the flavor of the chicken, but the bacon fat has kept that patty nice and moist and delicious. Now we're going to try this bad boy. That is going to make such a mess, but oh, looks so good. All over my face. That's really good. The garlic that I put in the patty, I mimicked in the avocado spread, and it's really coming through nicely. The tarragon didn't really make that much of a difference, but I can definitely taste the chicken a little more in this one. That's good. I could eat that every day. And Jolene says you can freeze this That's probably what I'll do with what I have left. But I'll probably form them into patties first and then pop them in the freezer with some parchment paper between them. Alright guys, I hope you give this a try. If you do, leave me a comment below and let me know how you liked it. I think I still had avocado on my face. Okay. Leave a comment below and let me know how you liked it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't, I'm sorry, but there's always next week, right? These sourdough buns, like I said, I'll link in the description so you can try those out too. They're really delicious. They have a beautiful crumb, beautiful wide open, whole sourdoughy. All right, I will see you guys next time.